يا قدس يا شدوى البلابل في فمي ضج الحنين بخافقي إنشادا.
I am stood at the Bab al-Zahabi, or known as the Golden Gates, which is inside the compound of Masjid Al-Aqsa. Now there are two other gates inside the Bab al-Zahabi, the Golden Gates. One of them is known as the Bab al-Rahmah, the door of mercy, and the other one is known as Bab al-Tawbah, the door of Tawbah. Now behind the gates there's a Muslim cemetery whereby there are two great companions radiyallahu anhuma are buried here. One is Sayyid Ubadah ibn Samit and Shaddad ibn Aus radiyallahu anhuma. These two are buried there, and perhaps this is one of the reasons that why these two gates were named as thus. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Now if you look at the old structure of these gates, some say that it predates to the time of the Romans, some say that it predates to the times of the Umayyads. It is very difficult to determine this, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Now just wanted to give you another important information that these gates were sealed since the time of the Umayyads, and when the Christian Crusaders had annexed this area, they had opened it for their own purpose, and then when Salahuddin Ayyubi rahmatullahi alayhi conquered Baytul Maqdis and Masjid Al-Aqsa and evicted the Crusaders from here, he then sealed it off, and then thus it was sealed as it is. And likewise one of the Ottoman Caliphs known as Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, or Suleiman al-Awwal, he further reinforced the forces gate and ensured that it was sealed. So it had remained sealed up until then. Some say that it was sealed because when Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu anhu, when he came, he had sealed it then. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.
يا أقصى يا حلو المنظر.
Okay, this is clip number 2 of the Golden Gates. The first one was downstairs. Here we are upstairs at the entrance. Now I just wanted to share some valuable information with you, is that there was a great scholar who lived here, who was a great theologian, a jurist, a Sufi and a philosopher by the name of Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi. He came around just before the Crusaders invasion, and Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi, he was very well known for refuting many of the Muslim philosophers who had studied and adopted Greek philosophy and mixed it with Islamic theology, as a result of which they began to question and rationalize many of the Islamic tenets, and as a result they deviated from the true path of the Ahl Sunnat wal Jama'at, which then gave rise to a group called the Mu'tazilites. So these Mu'tazilites, they were rationalist groups, and they would reject many of the Islamic tenets of faith on the basis of logic and philosophy. So Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi, he studied many of their works and refuted all of their premises with this objective of preserving the true Islamic tenets and the Islamic creed. So Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi, he was known to have accomplished this service of deen. Now it's mentioned that Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi, he was one of the leading academic scholars in the university of his time, and Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi one day decided to go into a retreat for 11 years, that way he left everything solely for spiritual reformation. And after his return from his 11-year retreat, he wrote one of his magnificent books called the Ihya al-Ulumuddin, which translates as the revival of the Islamic sciences. Some scholars say that he wrote the entire book of Ihya al-Ulumuddin at the Golden Gates here where we stood right now. Some say that he wrote majority part of it and then completed the rest part elsewhere, but nevertheless it's known that Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi alayhi wrote his Ihya al-Ulumuddin here at this place. And Ihya al-Ulumuddin is basically a kitab that where Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi explores much of the wisdoms behind of the Islamic commandments.